of the major awareness, and sharpness of the major awareness is now we go in the sharpness of the major awareness, and that is according to the page number. What is that? 29. 29. Page 29. Page 29, yeah. Page 29. So we go now. It's page 29, and it is also the sixth chapter or sixth section. Sixth section. We kind of went roughly with the fourth one. Oh, yeah, fifth one, I think. We went fifth one, and now we are in the fourth sections. And the fourth section here in the teaching standard said, having established the ground, the Dharma Dhatu, which is absolute Buddha, as your witness, generating the power of the pure aspirations, and state your vow to attain the level of the omniscient Buddhahoods. So that is really the teaching. Teaching here in also sub kind of what's called or the condensed meaning of that is said that you're praying to achieve the enlightenment, to pray, and with the witness of the witness, and then we pray, we achieve. At the same time, we have courage and commitment. We're making statements. Now the fourth one is the having established grounded in the Dharma Dhatu, which is absolute Buddha as your witness. That is, what is that? The ground as the Dharma Dhatu, or absolute. In a roughly translation of this, original purity as the absolute Buddha, and I put you as a witness. So that is really the kind of roughly translation I'm making that. I mean, it's already good translated here. So first now, what that is this absolute Buddha is, as we went through, I think quite a few times, is our nature of the mind. Our Buddha nature is absolute Buddha. So now what? You're witnessing, or you are making commitment on the presence of the absolute, your own or our own absolute Buddha. We're making commitment to our own absolute nature. How that happened? How can do it? That is because absolute Buddha, our nature, is original nature, is already enlightened status. It's fully developed, fully enlightened. That's why, for example, the first Buddha, Samye, when he recognized, moment he recognized, that instant he become enlightenment, or he or she become the enlightenment. That instantly. We didn't recognize, and we made the deviation, or when the nature energies arise, display arise, we in a way subtle reacted. And that is the beginning of the dualities. So we created the purification of the duality and obscuration, and gradually that becomes stronger and stronger. We went those kind of systems a few days ago. And then originally that energy is 5 wisdoms. But then we transformed 5 wisdom into the 5 poison. Instead of transforming the 5 poison into 5 wisdom, we did the opposite. That's what we really did. We did good job. And we are continually making stronger and stronger, according to teaching. Stronger and stronger, thicker and thicker, and heavier, and continually clashing with our own creations, our own self. As a dream, when we dream, if we have the nightmare, for example, where that come from? No one can deny it not come from our mind. It's come from somewhere else. Even uneducated person, I don't think they will say it's come from somewhere else. It's our own creations. As we created in the dream, we're struggling. Nightmare, we're struggling. We're making noises. We're shaking. We're trembling. All that happened because our own reactions of that nature. Great Master Mohan said, when we have a nightmare, and we like to really stop, recognize that as our own mind. Not react as an opponent, as subject and object, and kind of like that. Reacting. Then that dream, nightmare situation is gone. Same way, if it's a good dream too. Same thing. We react. We craving. We wanting. We longing. And reflecting. It's our own. Our own. So we dilute it. Completely all the way. Today we're making, reaffirming, remaking commitment, reassuring that I will never and never let down you absolute nature of the Buddha. I will make sure that I will return back to the original state as it is, and I'm reclaiming my nature. I take your witness. I never you're not going to let you down as happened. Now because I recognize what I did by the kindness, teachings of the great teacher Buddha Shakyamuni and Guru Padmasambhava, I recognize now. It's my mistakes I did. And now I'm going to make sure that I'm going to return. So then he said, you made the commitment. And that is absolute Buddha. Then also absolute, our own nature, your commitment. Then there is also same time you feel the strong presence of the Buddha Shakyamuni, Guru Padmasambhava, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Everyone really feels the presence, inviting them right in front of you in the sky, and make the statements that I will never let you all down. I will follow. That's the great master Shantideva said. I invite all the Buddhas in Bodhisattva 10 directions, strongly, earnestly from deep of my heart. I appeal to you and support and help. Today I will follow the footsteps of you, as you did. All reach become the enlightenment. I'm going to follow that. With that, those really feel strong person. Moment you think of that Buddhas, in the teaching said, Buddhas don't have the distance between time and spaces. Moment you think, that moment Buddha will be there. Bodhisattvas will be there. For example, for that reason, Guru Padmasambhava said in the teaching, whoever devoted to me or devoted with yearning thought with me, I am right with you. That's really teaching said. And this is also witnessed by so many great practitioners. When you have strong confidence, strong courage and commitment, determination with pure heart, or bodhicitta, devotion, the enlightenment beings, or the wisdom and the compassion, loving kindness of the Buddhas has no distance, not divided by the land and the space, or area and the space and the time. All is right there. And feel really, truly, in a renewing, renewing this statement, not just once in a while. Make that every morning, when you wake up, if you can. Make that statement. Make that similar statement. Renewing your connection to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha as a refuge, and renewing your bodhicitta. Bodhicitta, commitment. That's to be following the footsteps of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. In the teaching said, for example, the gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni said in teaching, Bodhisattva Maitreya, or who is going to come, the fifth Buddha of this fortunate aeon. And there, the Bodhisattva Maitreya made every 24 hours, 6 times prayers. Prayer of that prayer of the Maitreya is translated. Many of you know. And in the teaching said, Bodhisattva Maitreya sit with the robes and nailing down feet, and right knee nailing down on the floor, left knee raising up, and with the folded hand in the presence of the Buddhas of 10 directions, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of 10 directions, he prayed this prayer of the Bodhisattva that is called in Tibet the Chamba Monam. Chamba Monam, or in the prayer of the Maitreya, did 3 times. In the day, 3 times in the night, 6 times. Really say that. You read, it's not long prayer. That is his commitment. That is his prayer. This is the wish, aspirations. The aspiration is so powerful, so special. It's in the Buddha teaching, aspiration, based upon the bodhicitta with the good aspiration, is the essential to develop, to fulfillment, to advance our realizations. This is again, it's simple to translate good wishes, wishing good things, and praying with good wishes. And not just only Maitreya, for example, when we chant the Buddha sadhana, great Master Mahavaja Rinpoche teaching Buddha sadhana, we chant every day, one time. The great compassion one, you accept these 5 what called Nyingtik, that you gracious teacher Buddha, you hold this word of the 5 degenerated word. I mean, you have better under the translated so nicely, and we chant every turbulence general word. Turbulence general, and made 500 aspirations. 500 aspirations. And because of that aspirations, and he fulfilled that commitment, not just say that and doing something else. Follow with that. And then Buddha Shakyamuni was praised by all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas as white lotus. And whoever, white lotus among all the lotus as a distinctive lotus. In the teaching said, ancient time, when the universe or the world is formed, there is so many beautiful lakes, big beautiful lakes. In that big beautiful lake has so many lotus, 1,000 lotus. All 1,000 lotus are, all is red, beautiful like lotus, except one. And when the divines watched from heaven, and they said, oh, this universe or the world has such beautiful lake and beautiful flowers, and there's just only one white lotus. Or wondering what is that? Why is it? Then Buddhas, someone said, oh, this is the sign of them. The one, this fortunate, this eon, will have 1,000 Buddha to come. Among that, there is one distinctively bodhisattvas, the courageous ones, that represented that one, courageous one. Because this particular time, the era of the Buddha Shakyamuni came, like 2,600 years ago, that is called beginning of the Kali Yoga, or degeneration science. So in the degeneration, Buddhas, all bodhisattvas see how the future will be, and then all those Buddhas didn't really make commitment to come in the degeneration times. Among all those great bodhisattvas, Buddha Shakyamuni, who was bodhisattva, come on the front, said, I will take that situation, I will go, I will emanate it. So therefore, because the power of the aspiration, he pronounced the white lotus, praised as white lotus. Whoever hears his names, or your names, will not return to samsara. The most gracious teacher, Buddha, I pay homage. Homage. That's what really the gracious teacher, Buddha Shakyamuni. And because of that enlightenment, become Buddha, because also aspirations. With aspirations, then you accumulate the merit. Accumulation of true merit. Accumulation merit, versus merit, combined together, actualize the realizations. Then become the enlightenment. And then you read also, Amitabha's Pure Land is so special. It's easy to take birth in Amitabha's Pure Land. There is, like we all heard so many times, 5 Dhyana Buddhas, Vajrasattva, Renasambhava, Amitabha, and as well as Amoga Siddhas and Vairocana. There is 5 Pure Land that is kind of distinctly highlighted in the teaching. Otherwise, there are so many Pure Lands too. But these 5 Pure Lands. And among all those Pure Lands, highlight the Buddha Amitabha's Pure Land by the gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni. Why? It's easy to take the birth there. Other Pure Lands, such as 4 Pure Lands, to take the birth, in the teaching said you have to have realization of the first Bhumi realizations. So that means you really kind of removed quite large obscurations, purified the quite obscurations, and reached the past Bhumi to reach. But Buddha Amitabha's Pure Land, whoever devoted to the Buddha Amitabha, like to get that to the Pure Land, that rebirth in that Pure Land. And everyone can get reborn in the Pure Land of Buddha Amitabha, in the teaching said. Really born. Easy. Because why? Because the power of the aspiration of the Buddha Amitabha. His aspirations. When he is process of the reaching enlightenment as bodhisattvas, he made commitment. Bodhicitta commitment. When I reach enlightenment in that Pure Land, whoever have connected, whoever like to be born with the good heart, with the devotions, made that come. They made they born. May they take the birth in my Pure Land. If it's not happening, I'm not going to get enlightenment. That was really in the teachings. That was the gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni said. That's what the Pure Land with Amitabha is too easy to get enlightenment. Throw out the teachings. Gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni always, or many times mentioned the Pure Land of Amitabha. And also is Devachi in Tibet. Sukhavati, Pure Land of the blessed one, land of the blessed ones, land of joy, land of the fears. In the teaching, when you take the birth there, even you didn't have the high realizations and the bhumis and all that, if you are in a path, have the devoted to that Pure Land, when we take the birth in that Pure Land, there we can progress all the bodhisattva's commitment. All the practice, accumulate the merit, accumulate the merit, what's the merit, and reach enlightenment. There, we can advance all the 10 bhumis in the Pure Land of Amitabha without the difficulty, hardships. Everything is supported for our enlightenment and benefit for all living beings. Those are really in the teachings. Those are also highlighted by the great master Karma Chami, Ragakse. Said he was one of the great also yogi of the Amitabhas. And he says that because he's not just making up that up, because the Buddha taught in Mahayana Sutras, and as well as also in the Tantra teachings. So that is the really how. Therefore, I'm talking this, what's called, this aspiration is so important, so precious. How you do? Feel the presence of the Buddhas and Bodhisattva enlightenment and your own Buddha nature here said. Buddha nature, and with really folded hand to the heart center, and sincerely, by this, for example, if you did some good activity to benefit for sentient beings, or for others, or made something, offerings, or to the 3 jewels, whether big or the small, whatever, and that end, they dedicated that merit for all beings, and at the same time, wish by this my merit, may all living beings free from sufferings, troubles, difficulty, they all reach enlightenment. May I also fulfill all my bodhisattva commitments, bodhisattva wishes. May I never have any difficulty, troubles, nor to my family member, friend, neighbors, and fellow country, all the beings, really wishing and praying sincerely that from heart, those are known as the bodhisattva activities. Bodhisattva activities accumulate merit. It's not just that you're doing that, accumulate merit. That means what? Also we purify the negativities, obscurations, defilements. We purify that. So having those thoughts, all the aspirations, and those are in the Buddha teaching mentioned, and you can also yourself make good statement, good heart statement. In the presence of that is pure good heart, expressing your heart, the intention, deep down of your love and the kindness and compassion and the devotion, expressing that in the presence of the Buddha and wishing that fulfilled and happen to all the beings. And that will help it with all the natural disasters, wars, famines, and our own troubles, the difficulties. And also it will really heal. It's healing. And it's so special. All that here. Say that. And that's what in the teaching it said here, generating the power of the pure aspirations. And state your vow to level of the omniscient Buddhahood. That I'm going to reach enlightenment to benefit of all living beings. That is then the bodhisattva. That is the bodhisattva, practicing Dharma. With that, I'm going to reach the enlightenment. So, bodhisattva and the practices. And then here, next, so that is